guys! Welcome to our English class. Today, we will talk about the difference between bias and prejudice. So what do you need to know? At the end of this module, you are expected to identify biases and prejudices, differentiate biases and prejudices through examples, and promote fairness and equality for a biases and prejudices-free community. What comes into your mind when you see this logo? That's right, it's from a famous noontime show, It Bulaga. Was there once in your life where you caught yourself judging others or being judged by others? Well, do you consider yourself judgmental? So how about if I ask you to judge this dialogue? Do you believe that the dialogue shows fairness and equality? If your answer is no, then you are good in detecting prejudice. But what made you think that the dialogue shows prejudice? Let us define what prejudice is. Prejudice. It is a judgment without concrete basis and made from prior knowledge and/or previous experiences. When formed without enough thought or knowledge, it becomes unfair or unreasonable. This statement clearly shows that there are prejudices going on. Because of their nationality, language, religion, people tend to prejudge them and eventually discriminate them. Prejudice can also be based on a number of factors, including race, religion, socioeconomic status, sexual orientation, occupation, physical appearance, language, and even nationality. Here are other examples of prejudice. An ex-convict will do no good. Someone who has status is a bad person. Tom has a lot of boyfriends. Is he gay? Mrs. de Guzman is a rich politician. She got her wealth from corruption. So what's our take in here? Prejudice can make a victim feel less than a human. When people are undervalued by others, their self-esteem suffers, and they stop improving themselves, which often leads to discrimination and bullying. Now you know the definition of prejudice. How about bias? Bias. Bias is a tendency to favor a person or thing without any logical reasoning or thinking. Example: Jamil favors his cat among their pets because it is a gift from his Auntie Shirley, whom he idolizes so much. Next, the employer chose Mr. Zane Timpak as the new manager because he is highly recommended by the mayor. Another example: for me, BTS is the best South Korean boy band, and I will buy ticket to their concert tour in the Philippines, though it is expensive. Are all biases negative? Of course not. Not all biases are negative. Some are positive and tend to be motivation to improve our self-esteem and status. Let us study the following examples. In here, we will differentiate positive biases and negative biases. First example: when going outside, it is safer to use surgical mask than homemade cloth mask. In this statement, the speaker favors something which can make him feel at ease and safe. Next example: green is better than all the other colors because it is more relaxing and pleasing to the eyes. In this statement, the speaker wants relaxation and comfort for himself. Another:
I'd rather eat organic vegetables grown in our backyard than those bought from market because it has no pesticides. In this statement, the speaker here is being self-conscious about his health. On the other hand, here are the samples of negative biases. First, use only the most expensive mask to protect yourself from COVID-19 when going outside. So, protecting yourself has nothing to do with the most expensive mask. The mask that you wear should be according to specifications recommended by the health experts. Next example, I can be successful living in the city than staying in the province. In this statement, favoring a certain place based on what you have heard or learned from others is a sign of a negative bias. There are certain factors which can make you successful, and it is not only about the place. And another example, I choose my best friend as the leader of our class. So this tells that the speaker favors only his best friend. He is unfair towards his other classmates.
Now you know what bias is. So what do we got from here? We can say that one produces positive bias and negative bias depending on how he understands and connects his experiences to his daily life.
Remember, bias and prejudice are closely related. If we do not avoid or reduce them, they will create negative effect to our lives and to others.
Congratulations! Now you know the difference between prejudice and bias. Now, I want you to grab your pen and paper and let's have a short quiz. In this activity, I want you to identify if the picture shows prejudice or bias. Are you ready?
Let's start.
All right, it's time to check your answers.
Number 1. Prejudice. The picture shows a man who believes he is better than the person with disability by laughing at him. Number 2. It is considered biased. Why? To be specific, it is clear in the picture that male is given superiority over the female. Number 3. Prejudice. The two men judge the woman by her status. Number 4. It shows prejudice again. It's simply judging someone due to her nationality and race. And lastly, bias. Someone can be biased depending on its angle of the situation.
Job well done on your activity. Now, to further test your knowledge about our discussion, let's have our assessment.
For your assessment, identify if the given statement is bias or prejudice. Write your answers on a sheet of paper. Number 1. Your struggles today are your strengths tomorrow. Bias or prejudice. The correct answer is Prejudice. Number 2. Samsung is my top cell phone brand. The correct answer is bias. Number 3. Poor lifestyle and vices can shorten one's lifespan. The correct answer is Prejudice. Next, eating banana every day can help people have better digestion. The correct answer is Prejudice. Next, biking is better than jogging. The correct answer is bias. Number 6. Chicken adobo is always better than pork adobo. The correct answer is bias. Number 7. The way Maria followed the instructions is the best way to complete this level of the challenge. The correct answer is Prejudice. Number 8. Isa's presentation was fluid. He can surely top this competition. The correct answer is Prejudice. Number 9. Ronimore looks worried. There might be something that happened. The correct answer is Prejudice. And lastly, number 10. Barangay Ginebra is the best PBA team. The correct answer is bias. Congratulations on completing your assessment.
Guys, overcoming negative bias and prejudice can help improve our perspective and develop our personalities. This will open possibilities of fair judgment and understanding that may lead us to a harmonious and peaceful life. When you understand how to be equal and how to be fair, you encourage love, respect, trust, humility to everyone. This will strengthen values and create strong community.
Before we end this lesson, let's watch a video. And without negative bias and prejudice, let's fight this pandemic together.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We all a part of God's great big family, and the truth, you know, love is all we need. Beyond the world, beyond the children, beyond the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving.
There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives.
a helping hand. We are the world. We are the children. We are the one to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Oh, there's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. Yeah, do we make a better day? Just you and me.
And that ends our lesson for today. I hope you enjoy our discussion. Take care always. Bye-bye.